This episode has been brought to you by CompleteNutra.com, whole family nutrition.
Oh, I'm really excited to have you here on the show because we've been friends for, I don't even know how long, it's maybe 15 years, right? Like,
yeah, I think we're coming up.
Something like that. But you've always been into holistic health, really. And so when we start, I kind of want to get into what is holistic health to you. But before we get into that, why don't you just introduce yourself? And you moved from Phoenix to the UK, and you did it for your job, which your job is actually a trainer. You're a trainer at Orange Theory Fitness. So why don't you introduce yourself and then tell us what holistic health means to you?
Okay, awesome. Well, first off, Dave, thank you so much for having me on the Healthy and Family show. I'm very excited to be on here. And like you said, I'm currently living in the UK. I've been living here for over 2 years, about 2.5 years. And obviously I'm a part of the franchise Orange Theory Fitness in the Midlands and the north of the UK. How did I end up in England? Great question. Obviously, I lived in Phoenix where I met you for an amazing 13 years. I love fitness. I love being healthy, inspiring other people to live healthier lives. What happened was Orange Theory took me from Arizona to Florida. And then obviously I met my now husband. So we got married, moved to the UK. So that's a very long story, but bringing it into hopefully a minute or less. And then holistic health. I mean, I think growing up, I knew that fitness is important to me. Moving's important. Nutrition's important. I think that's what I've been focusing on the majority of my life. I think in the last more so 5 years, we know that there's more out there, right? That relationships are so important. I know on your kind of 5 pillars of holistic health, we have financial. That is a huge point of worry and contention from people. Emotional health, mental health. So those are all super, super important. I think having a balance of all of them is fantastic. Sometimes you have to kind of hone in on just one or two to really kind of bring yourself up to where you want to be and where your goals are.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. Definitely. I think a lot of times if people are trying to get in shape, I've done this before. It's like, I'm going to just start running 5 miles a day. And then like day 3, I'm like sore and then I stop and then I don't ever get back to it. It's like, I think we have to, if we want to keep our body in optimal shape, especially as we get older, which we can, I think we have to build some routines and some rhythms into our life, which I think you've had a lot of really healthy rhythms, just knowing you years ago. I mean, you really did. You've always, as a lifestyle choice, focused on exercise. I mean, you've always enjoyed hiking and then probably food. So maybe tell us about what are your top things that you do to stay healthy?
Right. Yeah. So this isn't everyone's cup of tea, but I find fitness fun. I find getting uncomfortable, getting sweaty, and working out to be lots of fun. So for me, it's not a chore. It's something that I enjoy doing. So in Phoenix, for instance, I loved trail running. I loved going out to Piestewa Peak, Jeremy Draw area, and running. So that got the endorphins going. So the endorphin thing, I think a lot of people can understand, or the joy from running, the high from running that they get. So I think fitness is crucial. Moving our bodies every day somehow is so important. Once you start to get that cycle moving, then comes the nutrition. Because if you're fueling your body with poor nutrition, you're not going to be able to perform to the level you want. If we want to continue to improve, we have to continue to fuel our bodies good nutrition. So definitely. I think, again, those are the 2 things I was focusing on.
Now, as far as nutrition, for you, does that look like a specific diet, or does that look like, I mean, it's like, how do you view what you eat? And I mean, maybe give us some examples of what some good stuff is to eat.
Yeah. So we know there's so many diets out there. There's so many options out there, fad diets. I think I'm along the lines of the 80-20 rule. Okay. Eating 80% healthy and 20% of stuff that you just purely enjoy. I think that's important because I'm not one to put a ton of boundaries up. I think I'm quite disciplined in certain areas of my life. So I like to eat what makes my body feel good, but also let me enjoy that slice of cake, once a month or whatever. Some people
Totally.
maybe once a week.
Yeah, once in a while, whenever I put a gallon of ice cream in the fridge, I try to get the organic stuff, but whenever I put it in there in the freezer, yeah, it's like I eat it until it's gone. Like I don't really. I've never learned how to pace myself.
But you know yourself. So
Yeah.
the thing is, you know yourself. So if you're going to have that in your freezer, you know that that's going to be tempting for you to take down the whole thing.
And
So,
when it's gone,
good awareness.
it's gone. I don't go
Right.
buy it again. Sometimes.
It's good awareness, Dave.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's like, as far as now, do you do supplementation, or do you try to get all the supplementation out of food?
I think I pretty much know that our soils are not what they used to be. Mm-hmm. So is my selection in food. What I want to go and cook on a daily basis, I'm not going to get everything I need. So I think supplementation, personally, my opinion is it is very important. I do supplement, be it protein, or, any other vitamins B and C and all that stuff. Definitely. I live in England. Come on. Vitamin D is where it's at over here. We don't get it nearly as much as we need to. So I know behind you, that your Complete Nutri-line is fantastic. I was just telling a friend earlier, Sarah Jones, that I wish I lived in the States, or I need to have you ship me some over here.
Yeah, I'll see if I
can't wait to try it.
Yeah.
Can't wait to try it when I get back to the States.
Yeah, we have a good D3K2 formula. I take that every single day. But
that's
yeah,
it.
D's good. I agree with you on supplementation, and I know a lot of people have different views on things, but I'm looking at them more like building blocks now, because our bodies are intended to heal, but like you said, our soil is completely depleted, and this is pretty much worldwide. Now, I have a food forest here at my house, and so I feed...
Oh, I've seen it.
You have.
It's incredible.
And I can't wait till you see it again, because it's totally doing amazing right now. But I feed my trees. So this is the new wave of food becoming more nutritious. If we can all get behind this kind of movement that I just joined, because there's a lot of people in this movement right now, like urban farms. But when you start feeding trees, feeding your plants, they actually get more nutrients in them, and they don't get hit by bugs, because just like our immune systems, if we feed ourselves healthy stuff, our immune systems get stronger, and we can fight off other things. It's the same with plants. Like if you feed them food that they want to eat,
right,
they get stronger and they don't get attacked by bugs and things like that. So anyways, I don't, there's got to be a food forest scene out there in the UK. There's got to be.
There probably is a little bit. I mean, I do say that over here, I think that the quality of some of the fruits and vegetables you get, it's a higher standard.
Probably.
They have higher restrictions on a lot of the things, let's say pesticides. So things do taste fresher over here.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Are not I don't feel like I have to buy organic over here, which is fantastic.
Yeah, we have to. And necessarily we can't quite trust it here, unfortunately. Unfortunately, we have to buy organic, and we also can't trust it. But it is what it is in Phoenix, in the U.S. right now, because we are. I mean, if we talk a little politics right now, we're overtaken and we're being ran by these massive conglomerates that try to douse poison on the earth. It's like, oh, just a little bit of poison is going to fix things and feed the world. It's totally ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense.
Yep.
And it's not true either. So anyways, I get fired up.
I completely agree. It's quite concerning. But like you said, the urban farming, that is really inspiring at what's going on around the world. Permaculture. I know that's something that Jason and I are very interested in. So
Cool.
We're like-minded.
Awesome.
Dave.
Yeah, I love that.
Thank you for joining us for the Healthy and Family Show. Visit our website at healthyandfamily.com. That's healthyandfamily.com to see what all the other doctors, experts, and real moms have to say about keeping your whole family healthy. This episode has been brought to you by CompleteNutra.com, Whole Family Nutrition, and aired on the Goldstone Network. People, Planet, Future.